Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. Agashi here, where I do dramas, reviews, and movies, anything you guys suggest, and do my unboxing of whatever I have out there that I would like to share and show with you guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like. Now let's go ahead and jump into the video. Hello everybody. So today I'm doing a drama review on Uncanny Counter 2. Obviously, season 2. So it already finished airing. It has a total of 12 episodes already, so check it out if you guys have not. Obviously we all were excited for it because season 1 was so well done. Season 2 is a little bit shorter compared to season 1, but it pinpoints everything and it gives us straightforward answers everything to the drama and just digging into all the characters and all of that, and just obviously going again through them, which we all enjoyed them in season 1, and so we get to watch them again for season 2. So we obviously know all of the cast, everybody returned, and obviously the synopsis is just kind of like catching evil spirits and the counters, just going like all the evil spirits are out in Earth. So it's basically still the same thing. We still have our cast who are all the same coming back, all of our counters, even the ones that are in Yoon, all of them, they're all the same. New people joining us is obviously Yoon In-soo, which plays Nam Jong-book, and Jin Sung-kyun playing Ma Ju-suk, and Kang Ki-young playing Hwang Pyo-kwang, and Kim Hyo-ra playing Kelly, and Kim Hyung-woo playing Wong Wook. So those are like our new ones, but everything is still the same. Like Pyeong-kyun playing Somu, Jang-soo playing Mo-tak, Sejong playing Hana, Hae-rin playing Mak-chuk Mak-ok, and Seok-hwan playing Chang-moo. So all of them, they're still all the same there. But recap on season 2, everything. The drama starts us off with like a bunch of kids going to school on a school bus, and obviously the driver is possessed by an evil spirit. The bus drives into the counter territory where all the counter comes out, save the kids. One of the kids is held as hostage, and Somo comes to the rescue. After a well done job, they head to the headquarters, which is the Spirit's immigration office, and this is where they reunite with all of their people again, like Waeging, Yusok, Kirin, and Soho, and all of stuff like that. So, and then we learn Mo-tak is obviously back being a cop, a detective, and he's kind of like in between of wanting to retire as a counter. So the counters, they express how hard it is trying to just work in everything, and they were promised a new member but they don't have any, so they need help, and everything has just been struggling trying to find the right candidate. And obviously it falls onto Somo trying to teach the other counter different powers and to become stronger and working together more as counter and everything. Well, Somo and Hana encounters one of a mom and a son, their case where the father is very abusive, a gambler. They help save the mom, the son, putting the father in prison. We get introduced to Chung-suk and Min-jae, who is about to become parents at a very early stage of pregnancy. Everything is going very well in Korea. So now we go to China. There's counters in China too. So there's obviously there's a scout of evil spirit gang people like Pyo-kwang, Kelly, and Wong Wook. Well, they overpower these evil they're like very powerful and evil spirits, and they don't know anything about counters, so the counters come to fight them, and they end up splitting, where they end up getting attacked by these evil spirits, Kelly, Wong Wook, and their powers get sucked out, and the Kelly and Wong Wook, they become very strong now in Pyo-kwang, and they can now heal, erase memories, psychokinesis, all of that, just like counters, but they're evil spirits. So because of that, they're so strong now, they make it back to Korea, with the news passing on to that there are counters in Korea, just like the ones they took souls from. So this brings fear to Somo after hearing the news, because obviously in season 1 he caught a very powerful evil spirit, and he remember the guy, he tells Somu at the end, this is not the end, foreshadowing like you will lose everybody you're trying to protect, or you know, you will end up surviving or you will end up losing, you know, like this is not the end, there's gonna be more of me coming, you know. And obviously all of that, so it fears Somu, and he's kind of like talking to Wagan like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, like I'm scared and I am worried about everybody. When Wagan tell him like, don't worry, you'll be fine, you know, there's us and you, I know you will make the right choices, all of that. Anyways, we jump back to the mother and the boy that they put the dad in jail, and evil spirits come, and obviously the dad owns a lot of debt and everything like that, so they come after the mom and the son, and the teen goes and help, and Motak, it learns a new power in the meantime of it that he's been practicing so hard. And then like we get to see them, you know, their team amazing, going to fight and doing everything, catching evil spirits and doing good deeds out there. Now we get introduced to our country bumpkin, Jongbuk. Yeah, Jongbuk. And he's like willing to sacrifice himself for someone else even though he's just met. That leads us to him being our next counter that gets recruited. Obviously he saves a lady by kicking her off so she doesn't get hit by the truck. He gets hit. Motak sees all of this. That's when they offer him counter powers and everything, and he becomes a counter. It was all beautiful at first for him, but I'm sorry, he's dumb. He cannot learn his counter abilities, or like he doesn't know what his counter ability is. He like, because you know when they first start they kind of don't know what they have until later in a way they kind of discover it. So he creates a lot of problems in the beginning for them, and he eventually learns, and we learn that he has the ability to smell evil spirits. If his nose gets hit, the power goes away. So I guess like be careful. His nose is very delicate. But anyways, it all started with Jusuk and Minjae, who gets scammed with tons of other people on these apartment home, working so hard, baby on the way, you know, and they get scammed. Minjae goes to the court to see this case settle, and obviously nobody is happy because the verdict for the judge is that the CEO is only given 3 years on probation, which is not like, just doesn't do any justifying and stuff like that. So it stresses out Minjae, who like, you know, she's kind of like in pain, kind of like in the first trimester of her pregnancy only. So with all the people like crowding up to chase after the CEO, she's like, okay, I gotta go. So she takes a different elevator. So with that on there, the evil spirit crew, let's just call them that, shows up at the courthouse from China, and they know exactly who this CEO, this Mr. Park guy, and they surround him in the elevator. He pleads to like, oh, you know, let me go, you know, give me some more time, I'll gather the fundings for you. So apparently they owe Pil Kwang like $2 million something, and so down on his knee begging, he uses his power, Pil Kwang uses his powers to kind of just like injure the guy, and the elevator opens up and Minjae is on the other side. So they end up pulling her inside, obviously controlling the CEO Park to kill Minjae, erasing just the memories of that the 3 evil spirit gang was there, and it was all Park's doing, killing Minjae. So now Josuk loses everything. He's on the edge of giving up. He seeks out to kill the CEO. Motak ends up stopping him, and he goes to jail until his trial comes up to see how it goes, and he will be released or on probation whatsoever, you know. So during his trial, he reveals that he wishes that he can go back in time and kill the CEO. So basically the evil spirit is getting to him already, which, you know, like in the process of it when he's in jail, eventually because of this, the evil spirit's like, oh, finally I can get in, you know, because of all his rage and everything like that. Evil spirits go to him. He's very strong. He has the ability, just like Somu now. He can read. He can, like, the territory makes him more powerful. He can talk to everybody with the territory. He can see. He just basically have everything. And they kind of foreshadow it in Jung that to become a counter, you have to be dead. and go into a counter agreement to become an evil spirit. The spirit just goes into you. So basically, Somu is evil spirit, labeled as good spirit. But we obviously know Somu is the key to everything. And technically, in a way you think about it, Somu was kind of almost dead already as a kid. You know, it's just they can't pick a kid to be a counter. But he, and again, Wagan went into him, and obviously Wagan went into him, and when they took his powers away, he was able to suck it all back. So basically, Somu isn't like an evil spirit. He's a very good spirit, and he is the ultimate one because he has the ability for everything. He's the key to all of them. You know, he's their territory to open up the territory, the key to bring them back up to Jung. Basically, he's the main hero. Anyways, filled with rage and anger, we get to see how powerful Somu gets. He promised, like, he's so powerful. Like, when he gets angry, his power is uncontrollable, but he's learning to control and all of that. And then they catch up bad guy, and he starts, you know, he promises catch up this evil spirit gang. He starts training really hard. Him and Pil Kwang does meet and Pil Kwang comes to test Somu's power, seeing how powerful Somu is. He plans to make sure that Drusuk gets very strong, and he's basically just going to suck his soul and be into him and become stronger. And so that's like what Ajashi and I guess. Well, as it plays on, it's different, but we're kind of close, you know. Anyways, Jokbul enjoys him, his ability to smell. The first couple episodes, obviously he's pretty annoying, leading them wrong. They getting impatient with him, but he ends up leading them wrong, putting Changmu and Ajuma Magog in danger, getting beat up really bad by Pil Kwang, and Somu comes to the rescue. They end up in this amazing fight. It was so well done, this scene, foreshadowing so many things for Somu, as he cannot die. He's the only one strong enough to go up against these evil spirits, and he is the door to Yun and everything like that. You know, because Changmu is about to get shot, and Somu takes the shot instead, leading to Pil Kwang escaping. Anyways, you know, Chong-soo escapes this prison. He goes off hunting for Chang-chae, who is like the main person who is behind all of this, who was supposed to die in season 1, but obviously he fakes his death. He's still alive and scamming all these people. So he goes out there trying to catch this, this also brings Kelly out because she's trying to search for the money that belongs to her, or her portion, whatever like that. And she starts getting impatient with Pil Kwang because she doesn't know what his plan is, because she's so afraid of Somu, and she's like, you know, she's asking him like, are you afraid of him, or what are you trying to do? Let's just beat him up and suck his soul, suck all the counters, and we're so powerful, none of them can win us, you know. So obviously, you know, we just basically, Pil Kwang is making sure that Jong-soo becomes very strong, and basically just and he has a bigger plan obviously in himself, and he's not just telling her. So he's just kind of like telling her to just be patient, but he is stronger than her. So but the thing is, she doesn't know how to use her ability yet, but she learns later on, and so she's still a little bit afraid of him. But anyways, like, in the meantime of all of this, we get side story of Hana's past. Before she becomes a counter, she has a crush on her crush Du Hui. They meet. He ends up getting badly hurt. She chooses to embrace his memory for his safety. Ajima, before she becomes a counter, she saves Chang Yu, a high school student, who helps her discover that her powers are for healing. Obviously, losing her son and a counter, all things like that. She feels a bond between this boy again. This boy is big now. He does bad things. They meet, and she's always sticking around him, making sure, believing that he's going to become better, which he does later. It's all thanks to them. She binds a bond and everything with him, just like how she is with her son and all of that. More and more, Jong-soo gets lied to about his wife and his baby's death. He doesn't listen to Somu anymore, and he ends up joining Pil Kwang to kill the counters. They get lured into the hotel penthouse top level, where Somu learns his territory has a limit, a height limit. It doesn't reach up there. Hence the reason why they're never able to find Pil Kwang, is because he's at the top. Territory has a limit. Jongpuk's smell has a limit, you know, so it doesn't go that high. Like, if the evil spirits go that high and he's really low, he can't smell unless he goes up too. So they end up with fight with Pil Kwang and Jok-soo. fighting, all of that, leading to the end, almost the end of the fight. Kelly comes in, erases someone's memory. So this is when she learns her powers, that she doesn't technically have to be more powerful than you. She just has to erase just enough to get rid of certain things from you where it makes you weak. So she erases someone's memory. The just the part where Somu's parents' car accident, and when Somu Wagging went into him and he becomes a counter. He loses his powers. He gets straight hair again, because that's how they become counters. They have curly hair. His hair is all straight. He goes into a coma without his powers. Wagging gets locked up, disappear somewhere else. Now they all escape with Changru's amazing help, shooting everything, coming save them. Somu is now in like his coma, and he has to, in order, once he wakes up, he has to go through his counter process again to agreeing and everything like that. Obviously, you know, like during that time in his coma, the team does catch Kelly, summons her evil spirits and everybody back, sending her to jail. And on her way to jail, Kwang kills her because she doesn't have memory anymore. She doesn't remember anything. Her powers are gone. She goes to jail and he kills her. Well, he kills her on the way. Well, Somu is stuck in this loop of evil spirit, like that he's captured. All of them has been coming to him, like even the bad guy in the first season, like, I told you things were gonna we were gonna see each other again. This is not the end of it. You're gonna get everything, like you're gonna lose everybody, or you know, you're gonna die trying, all this stuff like that. He now gets stuck in constant of his parents' car accident, and he's like, obviously he won't wake up. Hana goes into his memory, dreams, stuff like that, and obviously she, you know, one of their rules is do not interfere when you're in there, you know, you have to let it play out. And so Somu is standing in front of the truck, basically just dreading going to die. Well, she's blocking him, trying to wake him up, and then so she ends up hugging him, blocking him, and he wakes up instantly. Time freezes everything in there. Ding ding, another power ability unlock in there, you know. So that wakes him up, like, because he's at the point where he's like, I'm at fault for all of this. But like she's telling him, no, you're not. We're a family. We need you. You know, we care for you. All these things like that. Wakes him up. Instead of Wagan going to okay him to be a counter, he goes and save her. So basically, like she says, he's truly the uncanny counter. He's the key to them all. Back and alive again, Somu now has a different perspective and different approach on how to catch Jo-suk. He knows that deep down Jo-suk is still there, just the evil spirit trying to take over and feeding off of his rage. None of them believe Somu, but like Somu's not willing to give up. He's going to make sure he doesn't want to kill, basically. He just wants to take the evil spirit away and bring Jo-suk back to himself. Well, after making sure that Jung-suk is very strong, Pil-kul pulls the ultimate twist on them all. He announces that the truth that he is the one behind the apartment scamming, and he is the one who killed Min-jae and unborn baby. Treasure, that's baby's name. And then this brings Jung-suk to him, killing him, sucking in soul. So it was just a theory that Pil-kwang is just guessing, but they become an evil spirit, complete evil spirit, with Pil-kwang going into him, killing his evil spirit in him, and waking up. So now basically Pil-kwang is inside Jung-suk, using his powers, his ultimate power and everything, his body and everything like that. So like obviously in season 1 that almost happened, to have a complete evil spirit, and they have to use those staff to kind of like win everything, but obviously the staffs are broken for season 1, so they don't have it anymore. So season 2, in order to win this battle, they have to eliminate, basically kill the human with the evil spirit inside. Somu is not willing to do that because of it's my ajushi. Anyway, so bring a lot of arguments between the counters as they get hurt, you know, Motak, his team, all stuff like that. Somu is still not willing to kill Jung-suk and Ju-suk, and they're just upset at him. They eventually do learn the truth, kind of like Somu, that Jo-suk is still inside of him. It's just Pil-kwang is locking him away and Pilkong is taking over. Brings us to the final battle. Somu must go inside to fight within, but this means the rest of them will have to fight on the outside without him, and they can't use the territory, because if they use the territory, Chung-suk is more powerful. So Somu goes on the inside, fight with Pilkong and trying to wake up Cho-suk, and on the edge of dying inside and everybody dying on the outside, he begs and begs for like Ajushi to come, Ajushi to come. And obviously his teardrop drops into inside there, the puddle of all evilness or whatever, and bam, another power unlocks. He can open up his territory inside the evil realm, inside of there too. And he uses that to kill Pilkong. Killing Pilkong, getting Pilkong separated away from Chung-soo. Chung-soo realizes that he wakes up, and in order to end all of this, he runs into himself and gets stabbed, and he kills himself. And obviously he doesn't die because Ajuma helps him, and then he does wake up, but he has to serve his time in jail, all of that. But now in Yoon, Pilkong is sent to the afterworld, and unlike every other spirit, this dude does not fight. He'd be like, I'm going. And it just shows you how evil at heart he is. Like, he's pure evil. Like, it just shows you that to like basically become a complete evil spirit, you have to be very evil like Pilkong. Because in the first season, I forgot his name, but he wasn't evil. Like, it was just his evil spirit eating off of his rage, just kind of like Jung-suk, where Jung-suk's evil spirit is just eating off of his rage. But when he's not in rage anymore, the evil spirit can't control, and he can still control himself. Same with was it the Prime Minister, Ajushi?
What?
The Prime Minister? Season 1.
He was a mayor.
The Prime Minister, oh my god. The mayor. When it went into the mayor, like, it was, the evil spirit was like in the process of it, you know? Of like taking over. But the mayor still had a soft heart for his son. Like, even though his son was a horrible person, he still had a soft heart for his son. Therefore, the evil spirit couldn't take over. Pilkong is pure evil. That's why he was able to just fully control, take all that, and just shows you, like, he don't care. He was just willing to go. Unlike everybody was like, nah, I don't want to go, stuff like that. He just went. But anyways, like, Somo brings he actually promises Jo-suk to let him meet his wife in the heaven realm, or little heavens, for all stuff like that. He brings him to meet the wife one more time, and then he takes off his journey to the Europe side to help other counters, leaving the rest of the team behind in Seoul and Korea, taking care of everything. After he does amazing things in other countries, helping other counters, after 6 months, he does finally return back and join his crew again. So that ends it for us for season 2. They do put off a close to it now in season 2. Basically, it's saying that, like, you know, he's fulfilled everything. He's learned his ability, and obviously teaching all of these counters their ability, and that they can learn. Basically, you know, it's not just you have this power, you can actually learn other abilities, just like how Mutak, he was just like, oh, I can't learn anymore. But no, you know, putting into it, they learn. It's the same thing with Hana. She was able to learn many things with like Somu telling her that, like, you have to stop trying to, like, fight. You have to let it flow into you. Just listen, sense it, let it flow into you. So basically, it shows you that, you know, it's not just him. You can have the ability to learn, but at the end of it, he is like the only one who can summon the territory, and he is the only one who, he's very different from the rest of them, you know, like how they all want to just, okay, you know, follow the rules of the Spirit Immigration Office, or Yoon saying that, okay, we are going to just kill these people just to save us. But someone was like, no, we have a different approach. We don't kill, because evil spirits already kill and all stuff like that. We don't kill. We save them, and we bring them, and we separate them, you know, because at the end of the day, it's this evil spirit doing it, not the human person doing it. So he brings us a different light, a different perspective, a different way of catching all these evil spirits. So in season 2, it was really good. It, like, honestly, Ajushi and I were just like, you know, Kang Ki-yeon plays so well as, like, a bad guy. Just to think about it, like, this dude that we're laughing in variety shows, we see in other dramas where he plays funny side characters, to him being a bad guy. Like, wow, total twist, turn, and change there. But at the end of it, props to I don't know her name. I will have to go find out. But the lady who plays the evil spirit for Jung-soo, Ajashi and I were like, man, give her props to this lady, because at the end of the day, none of us is willing to dress up like her, make that voice, and play that for so many episodes. You know, like Somu and Kyung had like a little bit of scenes here and there, just being in that mess, black mess. She's been in it the whole season, even though they film all her stuff first. But like, she's been in the whole season, and we're just like giving props to her. She's like the best. But it's so amazing to see this cast again, and obviously when we were kind of like just to think about it, we're like, oh, you know, when they do season 2s like this, it's kind of hard to bring the original crew back, you know. But with this, being able to bring the original crew back, it's just even more amazing to see them again, because we got to see them in season 1. They did so well, and having to adjust to see someone else playing a new character when in season 1 they developed the character so well. Like, for example, if they were to change out Ajima and Changmu Ajashi, where it's not them anymore, it's kind of hard to accept, because they come off, they put so much on you. Like Changmu Ajashi, he saved Songmu in season 1, you know. He's all like, he sponsored everything and he helped Songmu when they're picking on him and he was crippled. And Ajima, she was like, you know, the cook to them. And like, and I'm pretty sure you guys, if I remember, I've said this in my season 1 review, I was crying when figuring out how she became a counter, and her counter is just her son again, and it was just heartbreaking. And it's like, it's kind of hard to not see them again, you know. And obviously we had to have Songmu, Pyeong-koo playing Songmu. He's our main guy, you know, so it was really good. But I mean, overall, it was really well done. Season 1, obviously, we waited. We didn't like watch on the go, episode by episodes. We waited till it actually finished airing, and we're kind of like, hey, you know, Uncanny Counter, we heard got good reviews, let's watch it. And just to hear that season 2 is coming, we were just like excited for it. And even though it's short, it's straightforward to everything, and it's really good. So that's recap for season 2 of Uncanny Counter, the Uncanny Counter 2, season 2. If you guys have not checked it out, highly recommend it. Ajashi and I, we really enjoyed it. We watched it all. We really like it. And I think Ajashi was like reading like the comics and everything too. So everything was just so fitting to him. He kind of knew what was going on. But yeah, that's it for this review, and I will see you guys next time.